Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about Jurassic World 3. Specifically, about some of the dinosaurs that I absolutely think should make an appearance in the next film in the series. And what I mean by that is, these are the dinosaurs that I honestly believe have the greatest chance of being in the 6th film in the franchise, as well as the ones that fans want to see more than any of the others. Everyone knows that you can't have a Jurassic movie without dinosaurs like the T-Rex and Velociraptors, so I really wanted to focus on the creatures that deserve a shot in the spotlight over some of the more frequently seen dinosaurs. When it finally comes out, Jurassic Park 6 is said to be the final film in the Jurassic World trilogy, and quite possibly the very last movie in the franchise. Which means if the dinos don't come back now, well, we shouldn't really expect to see them again anytime soon. With that being said, let's go ahead and begin. These are the top 10 dinosaurs that should be in Jurassic World 3. Number 10. The Corythosaurus. A lot of people are probably unaware of the fact that this hadrosaur dinosaur actually made its first appearance in a JP movie quite a long time ago, and that's precisely why I think it needs to make just one more return in the final film that's coming out. Now, the Corythosaurus can be seen briefly in Jurassic Park 3, but it admittedly doesn't do anything too substantial, so I think giving it one more chance to actually make a mark on the franchise would be fitting for this lesser-known herbivore in Jurassic World 3. Whether or not that actually happens is anyone's guess. Number 9. Pachyrhinosaurus. Now, here's a dino that I'm sure a lot of people didn't even know how to place in Jurassic Park. You can just barely make it out in Fallen Kingdom. But on the ship's manifesto in Eli Mills' office, you can see that one of the animals that they happened to save was none other than the Pachyrhinosaurus itself. A burly ceratopsian dinosaur that has been erroneously confused with Sinoceratops for some admittedly silly reasons in the past couple of years. Seeing another battle-ready defensive plant eater is always a good thing for this franchise, and giving it a chance to be seen visually on screen would truly be a big deal for the many fans that this dino has accumulated over the years. Just think of what the movie could look like if we got a fight scene with this herbivore and another medium-sized carnivore. Baryonyx, Allosaurus, or even Ceratosaurus would be super cool. That's one deathmatch that I'd love to witness. Number 8. Suchomimus. Speaking of known dinosaurs in the franchise that we haven't seen just yet, Suchomimus is a prime example of an elusive JP dino. Being a part of the same family as Spinosaurus and Baryonyx, this crocodilian-like dino could really pull off some scary aquatic scenes if given the proper chance. Hunting in the rivers and lakes of modern America, unbeknownst to anyone in the area, would create some well-earned tension in the dangerous Jurassic World. And its size alone would strike fear into the hearts of several other animals that may unfortunately come across it. We know that this species was kept in the Cretaceous cruise of Masrani's theme park, so maybe we'll get to finally see it in action on the big screen in this final installment. Number 7. Mamenchisaurus. Definitely the most underrated sauropod in the entire series, Mamenchisaurus was only briefly seen during the roundup scene of The Lost World. Once that biker guy goes underneath the long neck's legs, that's it. That's the final time we'd ever get to see it do anything in the movies. Now, we often get to see creatures like the Apatosaurus and the Brachiosaurus invoke wonder and awe in our human protagonists, but just think of what kind of different ways you could utilize this old Site B favorite. In my personal opinion, this one would really make a lot of fans of the second movie smile, because nobody ever brings it up in anything outside of the video game Jurassic World Evolution. It's an incredible looking dinosaur, and it's different enough from the other long necks to really make a lasting impression. Seeing as this is its last time to shine, I really think it needs to make a comeback. Number 6. Pachycephalosaurus. Another dino from the Lost World that is long overdue for a comeback has to be the iconic Ramhead. Now, we all get to see the Stygimoloch run around and cause a lot of trouble in Fallen Kingdom, but we haven't seen the original dome-skulled creature do anything since the second movie. Sure, it showed up in Jurassic World during a minor scene, but I want to see this guy do something new. Plus, these guys can actually get pretty big, so just imagine the kind of damage an adult could cause. Flipping over cars or even engaging in combat with larger sized theropods would really be a sight to remember. If they put this guy in the movie, I gotta say I'd be a pretty happy fan. Number 5. Ceratosaurus. This guy was only seen for a few seconds in JP3. He walks up to the cast, smells their poo-covered bodies, looks straight into the camera, and walks away disappointed. Well, I gotta say, I think he can do better than that. This dino's involvement in the next movie is actually something that I would actively support no matter what the role may be. A fight with something like a Carnotaurus, a chase with it hunting down smaller prey, hell, even a scene where it just briefly walks by in the background. Anything to help differentiate it from being the dino that smelled Spinosaurus poop. Come on, this is a fan favorite creature that people have wanted to see in action since the early 90s. Let's at least try to put it into a scene in the final installment. Number 4. Dreadnoughtus. Truth be told, this one is probably going to be in the next film no matter what. Seeing as how it was briefly teased at the end of Fallen Kingdom, I'd say the chances of it appearing are pretty high. Now, due to the fact that this guy is yet another sauropod, I don't really know how differently they'll utilize it compared to the Mamenchi, Brachii, and Apado. Maybe seeing it pop up somewhere unexpected, like what we got in The Lost World, would be enough to justify the creature's new existence. Since it's been alluded to in the previous film, I think we're just going to have to wait and see what its involvement will be. Nevertheless, for all we know, it is indeed on the way. So this is definitely one that should be in the movie like the title of this video says. Number 3. Microceratus. This little creature is actually one of Colin Trevorrow's personal favorites, and seeing as how he's about to write and direct the next film in the series, I think this dino's chances of making an appearance are pretty high. Now, Trevorrow has also gone on record to say that this would probably make one of the greatest dinosaur pets that any person could possibly ask for. And with the plot of the previous movie expanding the series into mainland territory, I really think a Microceratus infestation makes a lot of narrative sense. I'm thinking that these guys will basically be the equivalent of the plant-eating versions of the franchise's veteran compies, so we've probably got some pretty interesting set pieces to look forward to. Also, these guys were in the original Michael Crichton book under the name Microceratops, so saying they're long overdue would be a pretty serious understatement. Number 2. The Spinosaurus. If there is one dinosaur that I think fans of the third film would love to see return more than any other, it's just got to be the Spino. For a brief period in time, this guy actually replaced the T-Rex as the series' official mascot. But we all know how that eventually turned out. That being said, I really think it would be a pretty great business move to bring it back for JP6. I don't think it's a good idea to have it fight another T-Rex, but after seeing the huge success that Mattel recently had with the Legacy Spinosaurus toy, I think it's safe to say that fans would welcome the dinosaur back with open arms. I'm not even that big of a JP3 fan, and I'd love to see the Spinosaurus come back for another installment. This is the franchise that made that dino a household name. Whether anybody likes it or not, it does factually hold a lot of significance and brand recognition to the franchise. Honestly, I think it's a mistake if they don't put it in. Number 1. Dilophosaurus. Why hasn't the spitter shown up since the first movie? Out of every dino that I hear fans beg the filmmakers for in these new Jurassic World films, none has come even remotely close to the amount of fanfare that the Dilos have seen. We've gotten holograms and statues of them, yes, but what I've heard countless people ask for over these last few years is a full-blown physical appearance of a spitter in a new movie. Now look, we only saw a little one in the first film. These things get big, like really big. In fact, having one show up at around 10 feet tall like it should be in real life would really send people over the edges of their seats. I honestly can't stress this enough. Having a full-grown spitter in the final Jurassic movie should be an absolute no-brainer for everyone involved. I want to see it, you out there listening probably want to see it, and pretty much every Jurassic fan in existence wants to see it as well. I think it's a prerequisite for what a lot of us actually expect. But anyways, that's it. Those are the top 10 dinosaurs that I think should make an appearance in the new movie. Whether or not any of them show up is left to the people working behind the scenes. Although let's be honest here, I've named at least one or two that for sure are going to show up no matter what. If none of them do, well then honestly, I'd be pretty shocked to say the least. With that being said, what do all of you guys think? What are your own lists for the top 10 dinosaurs that should be in Jurassic World 3? If you had to pick today and say, okay, this one makes sense to be in the movie, this one doesn't, what would that list look like? What creatures do you think deserve to be in the 6th movie in the series? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions may be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it really means the world to me that you all continue to support what I do, and I seriously am extremely thankful for everything that you guys do to help. Honestly, it means the world. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys. And as always, take it easy.